Howdy folks. So if you hadn't noticed, in one of our in our latest sheep move video, we've got our sheep trained to one strand of wire. So I just kind of wanted to go over that a little bit with some of you guys and maybe give some of you hope if you're working with a bunch of nets or trying to run 2 or 3 wires. This single strand has been working really good. So keep after it and get down to one wire. So we're still using O'Brien's. Single strand goes in the 4th one up. We do have some Kiwi Tech stakes, and they're by far my favorite, but for using, we need so many stakes to run sheep. You got to put them about 10 yards apart or so. So we've just been using mostly the O'Brien's because we have so many of them. But anyway, when we kind of go over our training process a little bit, we bought these sheep about 4 or 5 months ago. To our knowledge, they didn't know anything about electric fence. So we had them in a pen that had woven wire all around the outside. That way they couldn't escape. And then we started running 3 strands of wires in there just so they could get used to it, like cutting the end off or coming across the corner. And then because they were able to get used to that in that pen, they learned it real quick, and we never found any on the wrong side of the wire. And then we started putting 3 wires around a hay bale that we were feeding them, and every morning I just go fork hay out of the inside of the fence, and so that way they had a lot of incentive to go through the fence. And it was super hot. We're like 9 or 10 all the time. And we had a couple sheep get inside of that, and they ran through it a couple times, but
they really regretted it.
They really regretted it. They did not want to get caught in that wire. And then eventually we took away the 3rd wire, so we were just down to 2 wires around it. And when we're running 2 wires, the bottom wire ran on the 3rd one, the top wire ran on the 5th one. So that would be, let me get a tape measure out. See, the bottom wire would be 10.5 inches. The top wire would have been about 17.5. And then right now we're running it right at 15 inches. Anyway, so eventually we split the difference and went to 1 wire. We had them out here in the pasture probably a month, and they were staying in the 2 wire really great, but it's just so much more of a pain to run 2 wires. So I decided to take the chance and see what would happen, and one day I just put up a single strand fence, and we've never had any issues. So we've been running single strand for about a month, and we had one of our cows got out once, and she was really regretting it. She wanted back in. It's pretty crazy that the cows are broke to that 1 wire 15 inches off the ground, but they don't want to step over it. It's so hot, they don't even want to look at it. They just won't even try. So a key, probably the biggest thing, is to keep your sheep well fed. Don't let them get hungry. When we're leaving a lot of residue behind, which is great, that'll help us when we come around again. We'll have more grass, and it'll be better grass. But we're leaving a lot of residue behind. We're keeping our fence posts about 30 feet apart or closer, and we're keeping the wire tight. And we're running Power Flex poly braid with the 9 wires, either 9 stainless steel or the 6 stainless and the 3 copper. But that carries a spark really well, and they can see it very well. So working great for us. Give it a try and you'll love it.